Tail of the tape for Lament Roach Jr. taking on Jonathan Oquendo. Roach, 23 years old. Oquendo, the veteran, at 35. He is 30-5 with 19 KOs. Roach, meantime, coming in at 5'7", slightly longer reach. He has the amateur pedigree on the A side of the card. Round number 4. A good little scrap between Lament Roach Jr. Jonathan Oquendo, but just to address this a little more, Sergio, if you make weight, and the weigh-in is now the day before, it wasn't always that way. Many fighters throughout boxing history, you weighed in the day of.
Good body shot by Jonathan Oquendo. That caught Lament Roach's attention.
Roach is hurt. Roach is hurt, buckled over, holding on.
Stop! Nico,
wow,
no.
he got doubled up by the body shot, and then got hit with a right hand to the head.
We saw this with Saddam Ali earlier in the night. Caught in the corner, hit with the body shot, couldn't recover.
Daniel Jacobs did get a split decision win over the highly regarded Sergey Derevyanchenko. However, Derevyanchenko was the mandatory for Alvarez. Alvarez didn't fight him by a certain point, stripped of the title. Jacobs now has that belt. Yeah, and you just cannot possibly satisfy every sanctioning body.
Stop!
Roach is doing a good job fighting Oquendo off, but Oquendo is coming forward, so I wonder what the referees are going to be seeing, because Oquendo has been successful.
Oh boy, wow, so Russell Moore now taking a point away, and that could be significant.
1 point.
I mean, this could be a close fight. Did that warrant taking a point away?
You know what, I don't think it should have. I think one more warning should have been good for Russell Moore.
Sergio, I just haven't really seen it. I've seen it as egregious. Now, again, Mora's the man who's right on top of them, and if he sees it and he warns him once, and then it happens again, he's warranted. I just haven't seen it doing it as gaining some sort of advantage. Roach on the way up, only one blemish on his record, a controversial draw against Orlando Cruz, April of last year, but he's had 2 wins since then. Good counter right hand by Roach.
And not for nothing, but we've already seen 3 upsets besides winning.
Roach now gets busy. Beautiful hook off the right hand.
That left hook shook Oquendo, and Roach came back with the right hand nicely.
Judges Dave Moretti and Ricardo Ocasio have it 97-92. Steve Weisfeld 96-93. All for your winner by unanimous decision, and now crowned WBO International and NABO Super Featherweight Champion from Washington, D.C., Boogaloo Lament Roach Jr.
Speaking of Jojo Diaz, here we go, 26 years old. Coming in also, he's moving up to 130 pounds, says he's much more comfortable there. Has had great difficulty getting in at 126 at featherweight. Freddie Fonseca comes in, he's 27 years old, also in his prime, has a big reach advantage. Veteran referee, Kenny Bayless, once again, warning there. That's a proper warning. Look, 3-4 punch combination right out of Diaz.
Just beautiful combinations. All I would want to see there is for him to get a little pivot to the side and continue with the combinations, but just vicious body shots there by Jojo Diaz.
And guys, this is what I'm talking about. You know, like the hair, fine. The dust-ups on YouTube, fine. Oh, you pushed him in the weigh-in, whatever. This is what impresses me. This is what you pay to see. This level of excellence.
Ouch, look at that body shot. He just dug in there right here. This 3rd round has been the best round for Jojo Diaz. Looking spectacular here.
2 shots to the body, coming back up to the head, landing, and now an uppercut as well. Hooks, uppercuts, body, head, everything working for Diaz.
I do think you wonder, if you're Fonseca's corner, how many more rounds of this do you want to take? He's still hanging in there, and his face looks relatively unmarked, but this is just shot after shot that he's taking with not a lot coming back.
That snapped his head back, and I think Diaz's corner is correct in that at a certain point, Kenny Bayless will do something here. Look at these body shots. Then to the head. He's rocked. Bayless says stop.
4.
And that's a knockdown.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Come.
Bayless might want to stop this. Fonseca's corner might want to stop it. That was a vicious round from Jojo Diaz. Looking to close the show. Not quite.
It's been a great performance on his side from round 1.
Hard shots. And we should be just seconds away. Diaz is
expecting a towel.
The white towel. Towel is up. They're trying to stop the fight. They throw in the towel. Only the referee can stop the fight. But Kenny Bayless doesn't see it. Now he does, and that's it. Thankfully, it ends. They say only the referee can stop the fight. It's just not true. The corner at any point could say, we don't want our guy to continue. Tremendous performance by Jojo Diaz.
Jojo Diaz stopping a man who's never been stopped in a perfect performance to get back to the world title chase.
Your winner by TKO from South El Monte, California, and now WBA Gold Super Featherweight Champion, Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr.
Virgil Ortiz, the real deal, in and out of the ring, only 21 years old. Go to the tail of the tape. Mauricio Herrera has been in with the best in the sport. He is 38. You wonder how much is left, but the man can certainly box. Reach advantage, slight advantage there to Virgil Ortiz. Mainly it's about youth, power, and energy. Can it overcome the level of skill and Herrera?
So if Herrera keeps bending down to his right, I can see Ortiz catching him behind the ear with a bad shot.
Ortiz with a beautiful hook, and a
Like
right hand, that hurts Herrera.
Just like that, Brian.
He is that fast, and now Herrera is hurt. He's never been stopped. Struggling, trying to stay on his feet. Down he goes at the bell.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come here. You want to fight? Yeah. Okay, give me your gloves. Now ring your bell.
Herrera barely surviving that, and he'll need the full minute. A wicked attack from Virgil Ortiz. Ortiz on the attack. Herrera will need everything. All the experience he has gathered through the years to survive in this fight. Not just win the fight, but at this point survive. A hook catches Herrera, and he's on shaky feet. That hook just missed, and a right hand landed. Another right hand. Herrera's out. Herrera's out. It's over. Wow.
What a punch. Just like we've seen in the last fight with Jojo Diaz stopping a man who's never been stopped in Fonseca. Virgil Ortiz knocks out Mauricio Herrera.
And he did it calmly, yet viciously.
Mauricio Herrera is not what he once was, certainly not what he was in 2014, but this is a veteran, a guy that knows how to not get knocked out, and he was just assaulted from the start to finish this fight.
Your winner by KO victory from Texas and still undefeated, Virgil Ortiz Jr.
The champion is Canelo Alvarez. He is 28 years old. Daniel Jacobs is 32. Jacobs is the taller man, a full 6 feet tall. Canelo only 5'9". Canelo also very thick, but Jacobs coming in at 160 for the weigh-in and well over 173, maybe up around 180 in the 180s right now, since he weighed in at 173.6 at 8 o'clock this morning. Jacobs also has the reach advantage. Jacobs, though, has also found his rhythm in this fight. Hasn't been able to land too much. But again, this is what it is at the highest level. Good jab there by Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, it was. Stabbing jab to Jacobs' body.
And another one, and it drives Jacobs back. Got him off balance. Good jab again. These are scoring shots. It is something when you watch Canelo Alvarez at times. Good body shot there. Wicked hook to the body of Jacobs, that he is able to box and just make a man miss. Just actually traditionally do, you know, the defensive boxing stance. He's defensively responsible. His punches are always tight and crisp. That is very difficult to deal with. Wow, great combination there by Jacobs. Answering as Canelo went for the hook again. Good straight jab by both. When Canelo is able to connect, he drives the entire body of his opponent back.
Jacobs doing the smart thing right there is holding on.
I rarely see Sergio. Good hook to the head and a right hand from Canelo. I rarely see a guy naturally right-handed, orthodox, turn southpaw and then have great success. It seems like, you know, a gimmick most often. I rarely see a guy, oh, that's beautiful, going back and forth. Do you see that often?
Well, I would do it just to give my opponent a different look, but I wouldn't really fight off that southpaw stance too long.
Good work to the body there, going in with the hook, digging in, and now Jacobs finding a rhythm.
Canelo blocked that right hand, but it's still effective. I'm telling you, Daniel Jacobs, even though you block those shots, he has that brute strength and that brute power. You still feel it.
And yet a lead hook from Canelo, which is extremely dangerous. Canelo tries to go up top, change his eye level, and then hits him on the hip again. I wonder if that's going to lead to a little less movement from Danny Jacobs later in the fight. You get that hip whacked on all night. Good, clean right hand from Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo just barely missed with a big right hook. Excuse me, right uppercut.
Good head movement again by Alvarez. The champion in fine form. Calm and moving forward and landing. He has his hands full.
Those are the power jabs that he landed against Golovkin. Those hurt. And if you could come around and get your opponent to bite, you can turn that into a left hook. That's exactly what Canelo's trying to do.
Jacobs trying to stay active. Slightly discouraged Sergio from just touching him with the jab because Canelo is moving his head so beautifully right in front of him. Wait for the jabs, make him miss, occasionally explode and land. And he's winning these rounds. That hook touched Canelo Alvarez on the jaw.
See right there, Daniel Jacobs turned southpaw, and he missed that punch. That's the one that he caught me with. He dropped me with that punch. In between those shots, he turned southpaw, and you don't even know it, and the power punch comes from a left-handed angle.
Canelo was putting rounds in the bank. Do you agree with that?
I've got it 5 rounds to 1 in favor of Canelo Alvarez. I should say 3 of these rounds that I scored after it, very close.
Canelo chasing Jacobs now, has him on the run.
And that's the thing, when you're not a natural left-hander, it's the defense that you're going to be falling behind with. You can punch from that angle, but defensively, that's where you're going to be in danger. In Daniel Jacobs' corner, his trainer Andre Rozier said, okay, we need to refocus. We need to stay behind the jab and dig down to that body.
Jacobs staying close now. That right hand was blocked. Trying to the body now in a combination. Bit of a flurry from Danny Jacobs. Good answer from Canelo. Now we mix it up. That hook landed by Canelo Alvarez. Snaps his head back again, but Jacobs is going to have to do something, and he might open himself up as well.
Like I said earlier, he has to get respect in order to beat this man in front of him, but you do not want to mix it up with Canelo on the inside.
Ooh, straight right hand by Canelo. Now to the body. But this is Jacobs' only chance. He's losing rounds. At least we believe he's losing rounds. So he has to stand there. He must do something different. He said he learned about dealing with these mega events 9 years ago when he was on a Floyd Mayweather undercard, Mayweather-Mosley. That was against Jose Cotto. He was there. He said he looked around. He was distracted. He knew immediately, whoa, whoa, I got to focus. That was 9 years ago. He's had lots of practice, and you can see how calm he is. Wow, big shot by Jacobs. Snaps the head back by Canelo. He doesn't look hurt, but that certainly landed.
Canelo's the type of guy that's not going to show you he's hurt. He's too experienced, but that was a big shot landed by Jacobs. I'm positive that caught his attention.
That's the best shot of the night from Jacobs, no question.
And I believe he did it in that orthodox stance.
Now back to jabbing, moving Jacobs back. Hit him with a hook, cuffed him with the hook. Now they exchange. Let's see if they let it fly. Sergio, at what point, if you are Daniel Jacobs, do you just let it fly and say, all right, I gotta go?
I think we're seeing flashes of that right now. There's a little change in Jacobs' bravado right now. He's standing a little bit in there. He's mixing it up. He's punching Canelo against the ropes. We're seeing the last hurrah here. We're letting it fly.
Right hands to the body and the head. Canelo fighting off the ropes with hard hooks.
And when he does that, Brian, it's shades of Canelo Golovkin 1.
Final seconds. What's left? Daniel Jacobs touches gloves. He brought what he could, but Canelo Alvarez waves to the crowd in what looked like just an outstanding performance in a title defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of middleweight action, we go to the scorecards. The winner will be the unified WBA, WBC, and IBF champion. Dave Moretti and Steve Weisfeld both have it 115, 113. Glenn Feldman scores it 116 to 112. All three scores go to the winner by unanimous decision. Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, now the unified middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo ALVAREZ.
As you guys were saying, two of the judges had it 7-5, one had it 8-4. That's how it broke down, but it is Canelo Alvarez who picks up another belt and stays the middleweight champion of the world. Interesting though, Sergio, as we were saying, a few of those rounds could be close.